We now go live to Kevin Holden and Bill Dolan in Henry County for the Newton County High School Mount Zion game. Guys, take it away.
Todd Chapman, thank you very much. Welcome to Craig Lunsford Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, at Henry County High School in McDonough, Georgia. Tonight's game, the Newton County Rams and the Mount Zion Bulldogs, a battle of two undefeateds in the South Metro Tournament. Winner of this one goes on to the finals on Saturday at Jonesboro High School. And, of course, you can hear that live on WGFS. Kevin Holden, your play-by-play man, and to my right, giving you the color action, giving it blow-by-blow tonight is Bill Dolan. And Bill, two undefeateds in the South Metro Tournament matching up tonight. Should be the best one of the tournament we've seen so far, and the Rams bats came alive Saturday. They're hoping for more of the same today.
And a great game it should be. Mount Zion has played real well in the tournament, of course. The Rams finally starting to hit the ball much better, still getting some good timely pitching. And the man on the mound today, Sam Allen, we hope to get a good outing out of him. I think Coach would be real happy if Sam could give him 3 or 4 strong innings, especially with as many games as the Rams have to play this week.
Sam Allen may be the key to this game, as a matter of fact, out there on the mound. As you know, he had one prior pitching appearance and struggled some with it, but he appeared more calm tonight and hopefully looking for a better job and a long outing from the starting pitcher, because the Rams have definitely a long week this week.
That's correct. With as many games they have this week, and then they turn right around and start back next week with a lot of games. So it's going to be a busy stretch of the schedule for them. And basically, I think the key to Sam is just to relax, throw strikes, and not feel like he's got to throw at 110 miles an hour.
Well, he's out there taking his warm-up tosses right now, and while he's doing that, let's tell you about the Mount Zion Bulldog lineup for tonight. They'll be the visiting team. The Rams won the coin toss, which makes them the home team for tonight's game, even though they're down the third base side, which I think is becoming a baseball tradition. Instead of having your home team on the first base side, it's more on the third base side. Anyway, back to the Mount Zion lineup for tonight's game. Brian St. Jakes leads it off. He is in center field. Brock Robertson, the left fielder, will bat second. Eric Lacey at shortstop hits third. Rick Cato is the first baseman. He'll bat fourth. Keith Jones, the catcher, hits fifth. Steve Skipper will DH and bat sixth. Jason Terry in right field hits seventh. Sean Trenick, the third baseman, hits eighth. And Mike Branham at second base will bat ninth.
And for the Rams, they look like this defensively. Joseph Poole at first, Ryan Allen at second, Matt Easterday the shortstop, Lance Cawthon taking the start at third base with Sam Allen pitching, Bryce Avery in left, Luke Allen in center, Richie Cleary in right, Brian Moon behind the plate, and senior Sam Allen on the hill making his first start of the season.
Sam Allen appeared in relief not that long ago. It was here at this Henry County field that he made...
Visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
And welcome back to Craig Lunsford Stadium. Sorry about the technical difficulty we experienced. And here with the play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Minor technical difficulties corrected lightning fast here at WGFS. Right now, a count of 2-1 on the second batter in the lineup, Brock Robertson from Mount Zion. Brian St. Jakes took the first pitch and drove it to center field, but the Rams center fielder Luke Allen was there to make the play. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down, top half of the first. Sam Allen on the hill, and we are back yet again here from Craig Lunsford Stadium, Henry County High School. Sam Allen's wind, his 2-1 delivery, is in the dirt, 3-1.
Sam appears to be a little calmer than he was last time. He is quite an emotional type person. As long as he can keep calm and throw strikes, he'll be in good shape.
And the 3-1 is inside for ball 4. That one was close. Sam Allen wanted the call on that one, but there's a base runner on here in the person of Brock Robertson with 1 out, and Eric Lacey, the Mount Zion Bulldog shortstop, a right-handed batter, steps in.
And Sam kind of peered in at the umpire. Something he really doesn't want to get into is a match with the umpire. He just needs to relax, forget about it, and throw strikes now.
The stretch and first pitch. There's a called strike with a good fastball. It's 0-1. The Rams are 4-0. in the 95 season. 3-0 inside the South Metro Tournament. Wins over Stockbridge, Griffin, and Henry County. They've beaten everyone in their bracket except Mount Zion, who they have not played until this game here. There's a throw to first to run her back in. Rams also beat Salem High School 7-0. Salem picked up their first win of the season not that long ago. Stretched by Sam Allen, and his pitch is a called strike outside corner with the fastball, 0-2, and Brian Moon goes out for a moment to talk with his pitcher.
And this umpire a little slow with the hand signals. Fortunately, we're down a little lower. We can hear him call the strikes. So if we're a little slow in giving the call, it's because of the umpire's unique style.
Tonight we bring the game to you from a little different vantage point in the trenches, so to speak. We are on the third base bleachers giving you this game tonight, right out in the midst of the action, so you should hear the Ram crowd throughout the evening tonight. Stretch the 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss, high hard heat. Lacey is down on strikes for the second out.
And big pitch by Sam there as he just reared back and came in up about letter high with a fastball where he wasn't going to get hurt if he was able to connect with it. And, well, most of the time, very few batters can hit that high heat, and Sam with a good pitch. He's got 2 outs now. If he can get through this first inning unscathed and with just the 1 base on balls, it'll be a huge confidence builder for him.
He'll have to get through Rick Cato to do that, and Cato takes the first one. It's a strike, 0-1. Rick Cato, a left-handed batter, and he has been a starter on this Mount Zion baseball team for some time. Every time that we've done a game involving Mount Zion, Cato has been right in the middle of it. Stretch the 0-1 offering, high with the fastball, 1-1. Sam Allen throwing a lot like his little brother Luke Allen, a lot of fastballs early on.
And he's right around the strike zone, as was Luke the other night, and it's going to be important for Sam to throw strikes tonight.
Stretch the 1-1 pitch, swung on and line toward left center. It will fall in for a base hit. Luke Allen comes over, cuts it off, and gets by him. Around second and heading for third is Robertson. He will be held up there. Moving into second is Rick Cato. Called a single and an error on Luke Allen, who, it looked from here, he took his eye off the ball momentarily and it skipped by it.
Kind of an unusual misplay for Luke. He's usually a little more careful than that. But like you say, he came in charging on the ball. I think he felt like there might be a play at third base, but I don't believe the runner was going to go. And the miscue could hurt, but this is where Sam really just has to gut it up. He's got 2 outs, and he just needs to make sure he throws strikes and get this next hitter out and get out of the inning with no runs scored.
And Keith Jones is the hitter, and he swings and fouls one back, 0-1. Both of these teams have not lost a game in the South Metro Tournament, so this one is, in a sense, for all the marbles. The winner goes on to the championship bracket at Jonesboro High School. That'll be Saturday. The Rams would play their first game at 12:30 on Saturday, and of course, their opponent would depend on who wins some of the other games between now and then. Allen's wind is 0-1 delivery. Swung on, grounded hard towards second. Ryan Allen picks it up. His throw to first is in time, and the Rams escape it without a run coming across. No runs, 1 hit. There was 1 Newton Ram error. 2 men left in scoring position. We have played a half inning from Craig Lunsford Stadium at Henry County High School. Mount Zion did not score, and the Newton Rams coming to bat. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
I'm just starting out on my own. I know the importance of life insurance to protect obligations, like my new car loan. But is there an insurance program that I can fit into my budget?
No problem with Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance.
How will I know this is the right kind of life insurance for me?
Auto Owners 10-year level term provides low-cost level protection and can be converted to permanent insurance later.
Who can I talk to find out more about Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance?
Call your auto owner's agents. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213, your auto owner's agent.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
If you're a serious sports fan crying out for serious sports talk, then you need to tune in to WGFS AM 1430 every Saturday between 10 and 12 as we bring you Sports Source Weekly, sports talk for the serious sports fan. Todd Q. Chapman and Kevin Holden will be fielding your phone calls. We'll be discussing a variety of sports on the professional level, collegiate level, as well as local high school sports. That is Sports Source Weekly, heard every Saturday between 10 and 12 with Todd Q. Chapman and Kevin Holden, right here on WGFS AM 1430.
At Craig Lunsford Stadium, we're sitting in the left field bleachers, actually the third baseline bleachers, bringing you exciting Newton Rams baseball. The Rams got through unscathed in the first inning, and here to try to get you some runs for the Rams, the voice of the Rams, Mr. Kevin Holden.
Okay, Bill Dolan, thank you very much. The Newton Ram lineup begins with Bryce Avery, the left fielder. We'll give you the rest of the lineup here in a moment, as well as the Mount Zion defense. But for now, Jason Martin is set to go for Mount Zion as he winds and delivers his first one to Bryce Avery high for ball one. Avery will be followed by Brian Moon, the Ram catcher, then Ryan Allen at second base, Luke Allen in center field, Richie Cleary, the right fielder, Sam Allen, the pitcher, will hit sixth, Joseph Poole, Lance Coffin, and Matt Easterday round out the order. And the 1-0 pitch, a called strike, 1-1.
And for the Mount Zion Bulldogs, Rick Cato's at first base, Mike Branham at second, Eric Lacey is the shortstop, Sean Tramick at third base. Around the outfield, Brock Robertson, Brian St. Jakes in center, Jason Terry is the right fielder.
And the 1-1 pitch to Avery is a fastball inside. Avery ducked out of the way of it. It's 2-1. Bryce Avery injured for the first part of 95, but trying to stake his claim as the leadoff batter and center fielder every day for the Newton Rams. In fact, he even wears the number 8. The position in the scorebook for a center fielder. The 2-1 is lined down the left field line, but a foul ball. As we check that call from the home plate umpire, our view of left field is a little obstructed tonight. It's 2-2.
And finishing up for the Mount Zion Bulldogs, Keith Jones is the catcher, and Jason Martin is on the mound. That's true, Kevin. We do have a real restricted view just past third base. Got a great view down the first baseline. As basically, we look down the first baseline, so we can make the calls fair or foul down that way.
And the Rams have a lot of left-handed batters, so that should be a help for us tonight. The 2-2 pitch, swung on grounded, one hop past the mound. Could be trouble with Avery's speed. Second baseman's throw is not in time. Bryce Avery grounds one towards second base. We've heard many people say that on almost any ground ball, it's going to be an adventure. He reminds you a lot of a Vince Coleman or a player like that. He's safe at first on a ground ball to second base.
Well, just the other day, Coach Brasfield was saying that if the ball bounces twice, forget it. He's going to beat it out. And when the pitcher wasn't able to get it, I mean, it wasn't even close down there first base. Bryce beat it out easily. Now you got to watch to see if they'll do any running. Coach loves to run.
And Bryce Avery would be the man to do that with. Coach Brasfield would not mind picking up some runs early. They were pitching out, the Bulldogs were on the first one, but Avery was staying put. It's 1-0 to Brian Moon, Ram catcher in the last game, when the Rams beat Henry County, but a scary win, 14-8. Moon in that game had 2 hits and 3 at-bats, a single and a double. A lot of the Ram hitters who were in slumps early on came alive there. Here's the throw to first base, and Avery is back in.
That's true, particularly towards the top of the order. Brian Moon, Luke Allen, a bunch of them had really good games while they were in the game. And then the second team came through well for them later in the game.
Brian Moon lines on the left field. This one comes in for a base hit. As Brock Robertson, the left fielder from Mount Zion, comes in and cuts it off, keeping Avery at second. But the Rams, 2 straight base hits to start it off, first and second, no one out. Reminds you a little bit of that Henry County game when the Rams got on the board early with 2 in the first.
And once again, another good job of hitting by Brian Moon. Pitch to the outside part of the plate, up a little bit. He kind of served it out there to left field. Brock Robertson came in, didn't really take a gamble on it, let it hit in front of him, and a good clean base hit for Brian Moon.
And here's Ryan Allen in the 3 spot in this game. First pitch is high for ball 1. Throw to first base, close, but Brian Moon is back in safely. Interesting that Keith Jones, the Mount Zion catcher, attempting that throw over to first base because Brian Moon is pretty famous for that.
Absolutely. One of the best you'll see at the snap throw down there. Kind of a dangerous play with Bryce Avery down at second base also.
Stretch in the 1-0 pitch to Allen. There's a called strike. Outside corner, 1-1. Yeah, if the catcher makes a wild throw, Avery could easily score from second base with his speed.
And this is a guy we want to see get hitting a little better, too. The slick fielding second baseman, Ryan Allen, when he's tagging the ball, it's a big help to the team.
There's a swing and a foul ball right behind us. It's 1-2. That went right over the back of the screen. A ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Allen in that game was one of the few hitless Rams. He was 0 for 4. He did have a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning, helping to open up that 2-run first inning. Rams scored 7 in the second in that game, had a 10-0 lead, but nearly blew it. The 1-2 swung on foul, tipped. Allen just got a piece of it at home plate. Stays 1-2.
Good job of staying alive. Fought off a real tough pitch down and in. Hard for that lefty to get around on that, but Ryan did manage to foul it off and stay alive.
Keith Jones, the Bulldog catcher, gives the sign to his pitcher. He checks the runner at second. And the 1-2 offering just a little high. Jones framed that for just a moment, hoping to get the strike call, but did not. It's 2-2. Joe Brassfield is down the line at third base, giving the signals to his base runners and his hitter, Derek Coggins, down the line at first. The 2-2 line toward left field, but it will be a foul ball. Well hit toward left, but several feet foul. Allen was looking to drive in a run there, and a lot of the opposing teams that haven't seen Ryan Allen and the Rams play may be shading him to pull, but he is definitely a left field hitter at his best.
That's true. When Ryan is going the other way with the ball, particularly to left field or even to left center, is when he's hitting at his best. When he gets up there trying to pull the ball is when he tends to have problems.
The stretch, the 2-2 pitch is high, ball 3. Martin was coming in with a high fastball, but Allen laid off and the count goes full. Still no one out in the first as the Rams have first and second, and cleanup batter Luke Allen on the on-deck circle. Martin peers in as Avery and Boone take their leads, and the 3-2 is swung on and popped up foul. Off to the left out of play, it remains full.
This is really a good at-bat by Ryan Allen. He's battling up there, was in the hole 1 and 2. He's gotten it back to 3 and 2, fouled a couple of tough pitches off, and still up there battling. Now we'd like to see him get a base hit, drive that first run home, and get this inning off to a good start.
When they first started this part of the South Metro tournament, the outfield fence was a clear fence, but now a bag over that fence, so it's a lot easier to see balls hit out that way. As the 3-2 is low, ball 4. Bases loaded, no one out, and the Rams can do some serious damage with Luke Allen, Richie Cleary, and Sam Allen coming up here, and 3 men on the pond.
This could be a big inning. Right now, Luke's got to be patient as he goes up there and make him throw strikes. The pitcher having a little trouble there, finally coming in and ended up walking Ryan Allen. Like I said, a real good at-bat by Ryan. It battled him, finally got the base on balls. The sacks are jammed, and a good man to have up to the plate for you right there.
And another thing that does is bring up the number of pitches that the pitcher throws when you foul off all those pitches. And Martin has thrown 16 pitches and has yet to retire a batter. Luke Allen swings at the first one, grounds it towards second. The throw to second, not in time. So all hands will be safe. Avery scores, and the Rams lead it 1-0. And a good heads-up running job by Ryan Allen, sliding in just ahead of the tag.
Probably not real good judgment by the second baseman trying to go to get the force. I believe he would have had a little better play trying to go ahead and go on to first base. But a big play for the Rams. You knew it wasn't going to be enough to get a double play on Luke Allen, and when he went to second base, you could tell that Ryan was going to get in there ahead of the play. The umpire right on top made the good call, and the Rams with the lead. Base is still loaded, and nobody down.
And Richie Cleary will be the hitter, and we know that he's a man who can take it long because he's done it right here in the Rams' first game down here. When they were taking on the Griffin Bears, Cleary hit one estimated above 380 or 390 toward left center field, the deepest part of the park. First pitch to him is outside. It's past the catcher, but staying at third base, and wisely so, is Brian Moon. It's 1-0 in a crisis situation here for Mount Zion as the bases loaded, no one out, already a run home. And Richie Cleary and Sam Allen, 2 big sticks, the next 2 men up.
Good heads up running by Brian Moon. They're not trying to score because there's really not a lot of foul territory here. He would have been dead beat at the plate had he tried to come home.
Martin winds, and he delivers it, swung on and popped up toward shallow right field. The second baseman, Brandon, is going out. He is called off by the right fielder, who's dropped the ball. In to score is Moon. The throw home is not in time by a long ways. Moon was well across and watched the throw come in. Interesting place to throw the ball. It's 2-0. That's an error on the right fielder, Jason Terry, who had trouble with that one from the second it left the bat.
Really kind of a strange play. It looked like the second baseman was going to make the play, and for first I was kind of hoping he would, because if he did catch the ball, the runner would have an easier chance to try to score and tagging up after it. But then when the right fielder, the ball hit his glove, it looked like it just hit in the heel and fell to the ground, and Rams really have something going now.
And Sam Allen can certainly help his own cause here. The first pitch to him, swung on, grounded towards short, double play ball maybe. Throw to second, in time for one, on to first, is not in time. Another one comes across. The Rams lead by 3. Allen probably not happy with himself, but he will get credit for an RBI there, and the Rams up by 3.
And Sam hustling down the baseline. The throw pulled the first baseman off the bag just enough to where Sam was able to beat it. And like you say, he gets credit for the RBI, and there's still only 1 out, so now if Joseph Poole can drive the ball with the runner at third, we can get another run home and make this into a really big inning.
The Rams can certainly make this one a comfortable game by the bottom of the second, which holds special significance this evening. We'll tell you why in just a moment. The stretch and the pitch called strike. It is 0-1. We did finally get that call from the home plate umpire. The bottom of the second tonight is the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. And if we have a winning contestant tonight, you'll be chowing on 40 hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. We will explain the rules and all of that to you when we hit the bottom half of the second inning. Throw to first, to runner back in safely.
And we'd like to Say hi to Stan over at the Hard Luck. We kind of stopped by there and had a little something to tide us over before we came to the game.
In the last 2 games, we've had our pregame meal at the Hard Luck Cafe, and the Ram Bats have come alive. Do we see a superstition? Pitch out, runner going towards second. Now a throw to third. And he is back in there safely. Sam Allen was taken off for second base, and there was a pitch out, but the catcher, Keith Jones, wisely holding on to the ball. A wild throw would have brought a 4th run home.
Credit Sam Allen with the stolen base since he was going, even though there was no throw. They tried to put the play on where they gunned the ball down to third base, but it didn't work as Luke got back in time.
The wind, the 1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back 1-2. Martin going back to the wind here now that runners at second and third and 1 down. That takes the Rams out of that double play possibility. A good thing, even though you're up 3. You want to try to score as many as possible here in the first to try to establish the pad, especially since you don't know what you'll get out of Sam Allen tonight.
Right, and that also puts him in scoring position. A clean base hit to the outfield by Joseph Poole should bring Sam home, who is dirty in the uniform, so he's got to be happy now.
And I don't think that'll be the last time that he'll do that before the night's over. The wind, the 1-2 pitch, and off speed, just missed outside, 2-2.
And once again, Keith Jones trying to frame that pitch. That was really a late break on that curveball, and it really didn't even get close to the plate, but he tried to frame it, bring it in, but fortunately the umpire made the correct call on it.
The 2-2 on the way to Poole. It is outside, ball 3. On deck is Lance Coffin, and one more wide one. He'd be up there with the bases loaded.
This is an important inning for the Rams. You like to see him put as many on the board as you can because you say with Sam Allen pitching, you want to go ahead and build as big a lead as possible.
And the 3-2, Poole got a piece of it, fouled it back. He's a little upset with himself. That may have been ball 4.
That, or actually, I think he's a little upset with himself because he feels like he had a pretty good pitch to hit. That was a fastball that he could have handled, and he just got underneath it, fouling it back to the screen.
So Poole stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still only 1 down. Rams have already put 3 across and threatening to score more. We're only in the bottom half of the first. This one got underway late due to a variety of factors. The wind by Martin and his 3-2. Called strike, outside corner. Poole didn't think so. But that'll be out number 2, and Coffin will be up there with second and third, 2 down.
And once again, kind of one of those slow backdoor breaking balls. And Joseph Poole waited on it and didn't feel like it got to the plate, but the umpire punched him out. So I guess that's sending a message to the Rams. They better be prepared to guard the outside part of that plate tonight.
And here is Lance Coffin starting at third base tonight for the Rams. First pitch is by the catcher. Back toward the screen. Luke Allen stays put at third base, though. 1 ball, no strikes.
I almost think that if Luke would have broken immediately on that one, he would have had a pretty good chance to score because that one did get pretty far back to the screen, but he didn't get a break right away, so it did not come on the play. I'm not sure whether the Rams break on their own or if they have to wait until Coach Brassfield gives them the word there.
Martin goes into the wind. His 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. Lance Coffin, of course, you hear the most out of him on the pitcher's mound, but when Sam Allen's pitching, Coffin will probably play quite a bit of third base. Not a bad stick of his own. Hasn't had a chance to hit that much over the last few years.
Had a couple of clutch hits last year towards the end of the season, though.
The 1-0 swung and popped up foul territory, first base side. Cato is over there, and he lets it drop. But apparently he thought Keith Jones or Jason Martin was going to catch it. 3 of them converged on the ball, and it landed right between the 3 of them, right among the 3 of them. It's 1-1.
They all kind of backed away from it and let it fall in between. Basically, that's the ball the first baseman, Rick Cato's got to come in and take charge on. The catcher really doesn't want to make that play, and the pitcher, of course, certainly doesn't want to. I believe the first baseman probably should have made the play, but fortunately for the Rams, everybody just shied back and the ball fell harmlessly to the ground.
So Coffin has another life here, and the pitch to him is a called strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Griffin was late arriving for the previous game in which they played against Henry County. And that game, an exceptionally long game, even though it was only a 5-inning affair. The final, I believe, and that was 19-2. Wind, the 2-2 pitch swung on, hit hard into left field. It'll be a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Sam Allen around third base to throw in way off line. That'll allow Coffin to move up to second base. Rams on top, 5-0.
And Sam Allen, with the head first slide into home, has gotten good and dirty now. And let's see, yes, there they are, those world-famous skid marks out in front of home plate. Sam's on his game finally. Big clutch hit by Lance Coffin, though, drove the ball through the hole. I'm still trying to figure out where the left fielder was trying to throw that ball, as it went about 10 feet over the third baseman's head and nowhere near home plate. And one of the fans just yelled something down there. I think that might have been Sam's mom.
She wants the tape measure to measure the skid marks. First pitch to Matt Easterday is up high, 1-0. The left fielder's throw was more toward us, and we're well at the third base side and well away from home plate. Easterday, the number 9 batter in the Newton order, has been hitting very well for a number 9 batter. It takes a pitch here for a strike. 1-1.
And once again, I'd like to talk about Lance Cawthon's job of hitting there. He had, with 2 strikes on 2, got a pitch to hit and ripped it through the hole in there. Real big shot with 2 outs to getting that score up to 5.
He hasn't hit much, but when he has, it has definitely counted as there's a swing and a foul back to the screen, 1-2. You might remember he helped the Rams immensely in the region tournament, grounding one right over third base in a very, very close, tight pitcher's duel. Imagine that, the Rams in a close, tight pitcher's duel. We had tons of them last year, and Cawthon was the key factor in the Rams winning that game. They went on to the region tournament title. The 0-2 pitch swung on, fouled back. The count is actually 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matt Easterday.
And Matt Easterday is getting some vicious cuts up there. He is just wailing away. And if he gets a hold of one of those, he's going to drive it somewhere in this ballpark or perhaps out of it.
Easterday bats from the right-hand side, but his best power is toward right and right center as he swings and grounds one towards second. Branham has it, and on to first in time. But the Rams put 5 across in the inning. They do so on 4 hits. There was 1 Mount Zion error and 1 man left on base, and after an inning of play, the Rams up big 5-0. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan, we won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza. A Keller 6-foot aluminum stepladder, only $25.88. An ever-ready floating lantern, $3.99. Quick-set entry lock or deadbolt, just $7.97 each. An Enforcer drain care, $4.88. It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
And welcome back to Craig Lunsford Stadium, Newton Rams baseball, and the news is very good. A great first inning for the Rams, and now time to hold them. And who's the man to hold them but the Holden man, Kevin Holden?
Bill, thank you very much. The Rams batted around in that first inning, sent 9 men to the plate and put 5 across. Mount Zion in the second inning sends up Steve Skipper, Jason Terry, and Sean Trenick, 6, 7, and 8 spots in the Mount Zion Bulldog order. The Rams, like in the game against Henry County, come up big in the first inning, hoping to hold that lead now with Sam Allen, whose first pitch is a called strike, 0-1, and that's the key for Sam Allen from this point forward with the big lead. Throw strikes.
Throw strikes and let your defense do it behind you.
And the 0-1, a weak swing and a miss, and a good hard fastball around the outside part of the plate, 0-2.
Hard to imagine what he was looking for there, but that was a feeble wave at a good pitch.
And the 0-2 is low with the fastball, 1-2. Allen feels most comfortable with his fastball, and since all he needs to do is throw strikes, don't look for much off speed except maybe with the 0-2 and 1-2 counts. The wide, the 1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Sam Allen's second strikeout on the first out of the second inning.
And there was, just as you predicted, with 2 strikes, a little bit of an off-speed pitch. Hit her way out in front, not able to connect with it. And that's what you want out of Sam Allen right now, throw strikes, get through the lineup, and let the Rams get a few more runs. And Sam's got to be happy with that uniform that dirty.
He's got to feel right at home. Maybe that'll help him out there on the mound. And the first pitch is up high for ball 1. Allen has done a lot of adjusting the last few years. He's learned to play third base, and he's learned to pitch, both for the first time in his career. And the 1-0 pitch, low and outside, 2-0. But, of course, in high school ball, you're most valuable if you can play more than one position. And the Rams already have a quite good catcher in Brian Moon. The wide, the 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed, 2-1.
Good high heat there from Sam after falling behind 2-0. Just bearing down, coming back and throwing strikes, and that's the key, as you say. As long as Sam's throwing strikes, we're in good shape in this game.
2-1 pitch in the dirt back to the screen. It goes to 3-1 to Jason Terry, the Mount Zion right fielder. Sean Trenick, the third baseman, is on deck.
This game is guaranteed under broadcast rights and is brought to you by Newton Ram Baseball and WGFS Radio. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description of accounts of this game without the express written consent of Newton Ram Baseball is strictly prohibited. The announcers are employed by WGFS.
Hope you're sure of that. The 3-1 is high, ball 4. Runner at first and 1 down. Mount Zion puts another one up there. They did that in the first inning. Sam Allen got the first man out, then walked the second man. So if it goes according to plan, Sean Trenick should be striking out here, and Sam Allen, I think, would like that quite a bit.
I'd settle for a ground ball 6-4-3, the old double play, maybe.
First pitch looked like it was a little off speed. A swing and a miss, 0-1.
Sam appears a whole lot more confident on the mound today than he did last week.
Very quick worker. His 0-1 delivery is a little bit low. A ball is him, and he's kind of in charge out there on the field. Stretch, the 1-2 pitch, swung on and chopped foul, first base side. First base coach makes a feeble attempt at it, but lets it go by him. It remains 1-2.
Doesn't appear to be quite the fielder our first base coach, Derek Coggins, is. I think Derek probably would have come up with that ball.
Derek Coggins has been working on his fielding and throwing and hitting, as a matter of fact.
Still has problems with the hitting, though, as was truly evident in the alumni game.
Fortunately for a first base coach, he won't have to hit very much during the year, but he may get some fielding practice with those left-handed bats in the Ram order before it's over with. Brian Moon gives the sign out to Sam Allen. Terry leads away from first. Here's the stretch, the 1-2 pitch, swung on, grounded foul down the first base side. Joseph Poole goes down on 2 knees, as is quite often the case. Poole's another player who likes to be down and dirty at first base. It's 1-2.
Likes to get down and block it, kind of like a goaltender down there at first base. Made sure it didn't come into the fair territory, as he had the line sealed off pretty well.
And Poole has a long way to go down there, too. He's 6'4". That might even be an inch or so conservative. A 1-2 pitch, swung on it, just got a piece of it, fouled it off at home plate. The count on Sean Trenick is 1-2. Mike Branham is on deck, the Mount Zion second baseman. Allen checks the runner. His 1-2 offering is up and outside.
And Brian Moon came up faking the throw down there, making the runner dive madly back into first base. He doesn't even have to throw it down there. Everyone's pretty familiar with Brian's arm around this area by now.
In the tournament, they've scouted that very well. There's a swing and a high pop fly into shallow right field. Cleary is there, and he makes the catch for the second out. Cleary has settled into the right field position for the most part. He was a left fielder slash first baseman slash pitcher last year, but right field may turn out to be his everyday position this year.
Appears to do a pretty good job out there, has a good arm. Made an easy play out of that one because it would have been very tough for Ryan Allen to go back on that ball, though Ryan was hustling back there. Ryan has turned into just a great defensive second baseman out there, handling just about everything coming his way.
And Mike Branham takes a pitch up high, 1-0. Here at Craig Lunsford Stadium, the sun has been down for quite a while, and the colder temperatures are beginning to settle in. As we mentioned, this game got underway about an hour late as the pitch is inside, 2-0. The game before this, the score 19-2, a 5-inning game, but Griffin also arrived late for that game. Here's the sign, the stretch and the 2-0, a called strike, fastball at the knees, 2-1.
And skies are clear, the moon's shining brightly, but temperatures are dropping a little as it's getting a little chilly out here, Kev.
One of the things you'll find is your pen will run out before this game is over. The 2-1 is inside, 3-1. And so the score sheet should look about as good as Saturday's score sheet, which they're still trying to figure out.
That has been sent off to the CIA, I think, for interpretation, hasn't it?
Don't know what they can do with it. Certainly none of us could do anything with that.
Or perhaps an archaeologist might interpret it as hieroglyphics or something.
3 balls and a strike to Mike Branham. 2 down with a runner at first. Allen checks him and is 3-1 on the way. High ball 4. And with 2 outs now, Mount Zion with a couple of men on. That's the 3rd walk from Sam Allen.
And Sam needs to go ahead and get this batter out so we can get into the bottom of the 2nd inning and the Hardlock Cafe wing ding inning.
That's exactly right. You'll have a chance to pick up 40 hot wings if you're one of the contestants. If you are in the pool of contestants from which we'll be drawing in the bottom half of the inning, there's a swing and a miss. That ball dipping down and away from Brian St. Jakes, the Mount Zion leadoff batter. It's 0-1. Runners at first and second as the 0-1 is swung on and hit hard towards center field. But Luke Allen is there, and he puts it away. Went back about 3 steps to put it away, and that'll do it for Mount Zion in the second. No runs, no hits. 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the second with your score. The Newton Rams 5 and the Mount Zion Bulldogs nothing. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430. Made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
Hey, Carl the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
And welcome back to Craig Lunsford Stadium in Henry County, the bottom of the second inning, and it is time for the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. Here to tell you about it, Kevin Holden.
Here's how it works, Bill Dolan, and all of you out there who are not familiar with the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. You send in to WGFS your name, address, and phone number on a postcard, an index card, or something. You can bring it by the station. You can send it to us at P.O. Box 869 Covington. Either way, you end up in the drawing, and if we draw your name out, you will be a contestant. And if the batter who's hitting at that moment hits a home run, you'll pick up some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. Bryce Avery swings at the first pitch, grounds it to second. So Faye Lewis of New Bern, Georgia, unfortunately, a quick contestant because Bryce Avery is out, and so is Faye Lewis, one down. Brian Moon will be the next hitter, and he will be batting for George Jefferson of Covington, Georgia. So George will be moving on up to the Hard Luck Cafe and a deluxe Haas special if Moon can drive one out.
Actually, kind of the double Haas special because we're up to a 40-piece this week.
Moon singled and scored in the first. First pitch low and outside for ball one. He won't be having to worry about burning anything in the kitchen or on the grill. George Jefferson will not. If Moon can drive one hard and out. Here's the sign, the wind, and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on it, popped up into left center field. Coming over to make the play is Brian St. Jakes, and he makes it for out number 2. Sorry, George Jefferson, not a winner this time around. Ryan Allen will be the next man up, and he'll be batting for Peggy Brown of Covington, Georgia. So Peggy will have her chance here if Ryan Allen can drive one out. Allen walked back in the first and came around to score on a fielder's choice. Left-handed batter awaits, and the first pitch to him, a called strike, 0-1. They picked this inning to move along very quickly, Bill.
Not taking very long in the Hard Luck Cafe inning this time.
Keith Jones gives the sign. The wind, the 0-1 outside, 1-1, sorry.
And if no one hits a home run in this inning, in this game, when we come to you tomorrow night, the pool will be up to 50 hot wings.
That's right. Almost reaching the maximum of 60, and of course, if a grand slam is hit, that's 100 hot wings. 1-1, swung on line, hard towards center field, past the diving Eric Lacey for a base hit. So Ryan Allen with a single, not a home run, so Peggy Brown not a winner this time around. Luke Allen will be the next man up, and Luke hits from Patty Parham of Conyers, Georgia. So Patty Parham, if you're listening tonight, you'll be especially rooting for Luke Allen, as he's going to have a talk with Joe Brassfield, who is telling him certainly something about the fact that this is the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning.
Except that he doesn't know that. But good job of hitting there by Ryan Allen. And once again, he went to the left side of second base, going with the pitch. And as we said earlier, his first at bat, that's when he's really hitting better, when he's driving the ball that way.
Throw to first, and a runner is back in. Our policy is we don't let the players know when that inning is, so that they won't be swinging for the fences when that inning comes up. They've got other things to concentrate on anyway, like winning this game. Stretch and the pitch. Luke Allen looked like he faked a bunt for a moment, pulled it back, but it's a called strike, 0-1.
And it wasn't a bad play. It had the third baseman charging like crazy. I don't think Luke really had any intention to bunt, so had he been able to slap it on the ground, it would have easily got past him into left field.
Patty Parham the contestant, Luke Allen, batting for her. There's a swing and a high pop fly toward left field. Left fielder coming over, and it is a fair ball. It is not gone. Ryan Allen will come around to score. Going into second base is Luke Allen. That one hit right in the left field corner. Brock Robertson couldn't make the play. It hit right into the corner, scoring one and making it 6-0. That's a double for Luke Allen.
And pretty close to a home run there, Patty Parham, almost with the 40-piece hot wings.
That was as close as we've had so far. And Richie Cleary is up, and he's going to be batting for Dana Hawkins of Covington. And Dana, I've got to say, you have a better chance than most with Richie Cleary up there. There's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. He fished after an off-speed pitch from Jason Martin. Runner at second for the Rams. They lead this 6-0. We're in the bottom of the second from Craig Lunsford Stadium at Henry County High School in McDonough, Georgia. Jones gives the sign. Here's the pitch. It is inside. Cleary had to jump up out of the way. It's 1-1.
And Luke Allen continues his torrid hitting as he's really hitting the ball well the last couple of games. He drove that ball a long ways into the left field corner.
1-1 is on the way. A swing and a miss. Same type of pitch. It is 1-2. Same type of pitch that Cleary swung and missed the first time around.
Kind of a little bit of an off-speed type breaking ball. Richie's up there looking for that fastball, one he can knock over the fence and win some hot wings for somebody.
Like Dana Hawkins, who he's batting for right now. The 1-2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luke Allen with that double into the left field corner. Scored Ryan Allen with the 6th run of the game. This is very reminiscent of the last time the Rams played when they had the big lead after 2 innings. There's a swing and a deep fly ball to left field. That one is foul, but driven a mile. And Dana Hawkins, if he had straightened that out, you would be eating some hot wings easily right now. Cleary absolutely drilled that, but he pulled it foul.
He's hit a couple of gargantuan foul balls this year, a couple of them at home and now that one there, plus some deep flies, and particularly the one where he drove it out of this park a week ago.
And the 2-2, called strike 3, inside corner. So Dana Hawkins for a moment, we made your heart skip a beat, but Richie Cleary going down on strikes, and that'll do it for the Rams and the Hard Luck Cafe wing-ding inning. 1 run, 2 hits, a man left on base. We have played 2 from Henry County High School, and your score is 6-0, the Newton Rams on top. Newton Ram Baseball here on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
If you want to save money on a great chainsaw, you want the Husqvarna 51. Because right now at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, you can pick up the powerful, reliable, and lightweight Husqvarna 51 for only $329.95. That's a savings of $70. With 3.1 cubic inches, the Husky 51 has the power to do some serious cutting. Thanks to an extra-large air intake and filter, it runs clean and cool. It weighs just over 11 pounds and features a combination choke idle for easy starting. What's more, it has one of the industry's lowest vibration ratings. It all adds up to a saw that lets you do a lot more with a lot less effort. No wonder professional loggers choose Husqvarna. So pick up your own Husqvarna, the Husky 51, and save big. It's just $329.95 at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Call them at 786-7979 for more information, or see them on the square in downtown Covington.
Hey, Carl the Greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwide. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
So far in the first 2 innings of this one, they lead at 6-0 as we go to the third. The count is a ball and a strike to Brock Robertson. Mount Zion's left fielder, the 1-1, swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Robertson will be followed by Eric Lacey and Rick Cato. And here in the top of the third, we've got a special guest and a man who you will definitely remember if you followed Newton Ram baseball at all in 1994 as the 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2. Lance Shannon, welcome back. And what's it like watching Newton Ram baseball now that you're a former Newton Ram player?
It's a lot different over here from the sideline, I tell you, but they're looking strong today, so I hope they continue what they're doing.
2-2 is swung on back to the mound. Sam Allen fields it cleanly. His throw to first in time. for out number 1. Tell us how things have been going for you at Georgia Tech.
Things have been going real well. I've improved a lot on my hit. I've got a little bigger and a little faster. So basically this year is more fundamentals for me. Next year I think I should move into the starting lineup possibly, and look for more playing time definitely. So.
Eric Lacey is the hitter. He struck out his first time, and the first pitch to him inside for ball 1. Here's an interesting man on the mound. We're used to seeing him at third base, but Sam Allen has looked pretty impressive so far.
Yeah. I was joking with him before the game because the only time I faced him last year was in practice, and I hit a long home run off of him, and he hung a curveball to me, so I was telling him not to hang curveballs out there today.
So far, he hasn't done any of that as he has been able to preserve the shutout. He has had 2 straight swings and misses here on high pitches. It's 1 and 2 to Eric Lacey. Sam pitched earlier this year for a third of an inning, maybe not that, as he walked several men in a row. He's kind of shaky, but he looks a lot better here as the 1-2 swung and popped very high, but behind the screen foul. It remains 1 and 2. And Lance, it's been interesting. We expected this Ram team to hit the ball very well, and the pitching was maybe the big question, but we've had a lot of 2-1 and 3-1 games, so it's been interesting.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things. I was talking with Lance Carlson the other night, and he's telling me how he thinks his pitching staff is a lot more deeper than last year. You know, he don't have probably the Judd Hall who can kill anybody, but he has a more deeper pitching staff, so that's good right there.
Moon gives the sign. The 1-2 is on the way to Eric Lacey. There's a swing and a foul ball right off his foot and back toward the third base side. It's 1 and 2 still. So tell us, what do you think Georgia Tech's going to look like this year in baseball?
Georgia Tech, this year we're very young. We have 12 freshmen and like 3 seniors. So we're trying to make the regionals this year to keep our streak alive. We made the NCAA tournament 10 straight years, but it's going to be tough. But in a couple years, we're going to be real good again. So.
Hawaii, the 1-2, swung on a miss. There's another strikeout. That's the third by Sam Allen, and the second time that he has struck out Eric Lacey. 2 down here in the third inning. So do you miss being in a Newton Ram uniform?
Oh, yeah. There's different colors out here this year. I'm not used to this, but yeah, I do miss being in a uniform. And I told Jason Lunsford, take care of the jersey. He's number 22 this year, so I told him to take care of that. You got to wash it good.
Lunsford's a left-handed pitcher, and I believe a left-handed batter as well, so maybe the tradition will be passed on. He may have gotten that for the luck and the great hits and homers that were involved there.
I doubt that.
First pitch is low to Rick Cato, a ball, no strikes. He singled his first time. That's the only Mount Zion hit so far. There's a called strike on the inside corner. It is 1 and 1. Rams on top here, 6-0, top half of the third. Looking to go to 5-0 on the season. The 1-1 swung on a line toward left center. Luke Allen coming on hard. Lets it bounce in front for a base hit. Allen would have had a tough play to make the catch on that. That's the second base hit from Cato and the second from the Mount Zion Bulldogs in this game. So what do you think the key is here, Lance, for the Rams in 95? What do they need to do?
Basically, I think they do have the talent all around to, if they could get by Parkview, which is supposed to be real strong this year, have some people transfer in there. But I think basically as long as the seniors take over again, I think we did last year a little bit, and provide leadership for some of the younger players, I think they should do a lot this year.
Here's Keith Jones, right-handed hitting catcher, grounded out to second his first time. As Allen checks the runner, his first pitch low and outside for ball 1. So what type of competition have you seen so far in college ball?
It's very different, very competitive up there, but I definitely think if I was playing every day in the field, I could be doing a lot right now with the pitching we've been facing. So it's not as good as I thought it would be, actually, but it's great pitching, great competition. I'm looking forward to 3 or 4 years there. So.
The 1-0 from Sam Allen was in the dirt. It got by Brian Moon, and Cato is now down at second base. So it's 2-0 to Keith Jones. Got a runner at second and 2 down. Who are the favorites in the ACC this year?
Well, definitely Florida State's number 1 in the country, and Clemson's number 5 in the country. So them 2 are the 2 favorites for ACC. They're older, more experienced, and they have very good talent on the team. So.
The 2-0 popped down the right field side. Could be trouble. Ryan Allen came across. Did he make the catch? We'll get to see. There's the signal. He made the catch.
That's my boy.
What a terrific play from the Rams second baseman, Ryan Allen. Coming across and having to jump over big Joseph Poole and big Richie Cleary, which for little Ryan Allen is quite a job.
I love him.
Allen makes the play, and that'll do it for Mount Zion. Lance, thanks for being with us. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
And best of luck to you at Tech this year, and come by and see us sometime.
Okay, see you.
We will be back. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Are you age 55 or older? We've reduced the cost of auto owners' homeowners insurance 20% in Georgia. Here's why. Our statistics show mature homeowners have fewer and less costly losses. So if you're 55 or older, it's only fair to charge you less for your homeowner's insurance. For mature homeowner savings, see your no-problem auto owner's insurance agent.
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
And welcome back to Craig Lunsford Stadium in Henry County. Newton Rams baseball, and that last inning ended with a fantastic running catch by Ryan Allen, the second baseman of the Rams, and that preserves the Rams lead right now. And here to tell you more about Ram baseball and maybe get some more runs, the voice of the Rams, Kevin Holden.
All right, Bill, thank you. Sam Allen, Joseph Poole, and Lance Coffin. The next three are due up here for the Rams. Rams on top by 6 in the bottom half. On top by 6 in the bottom half of the third inning. You mentioned that catch by Ryan Allen. A terrific play, and as they came off the field, he and Joseph Poole and Richie Cleary all smiles, and Ryan is at least half a foot, probably quite a bit more shorter than those other two. First pitch swung on, grounded toward third. Third baseman bobbles it, but his throw to first in time. Sam Allen retired 5-3. Sean Tranick had the chance to adjust because of how hard the ball was hit, out number 1.
That's amazing. When Sam's making outs, he's really drilling the ball. That ball hit just as hard as could be, and had he not hit it so well, he probably would have been able to leg it out when Sean Tranick had a little trouble handling it and booted it, but it was hit so hard that he had all kinds of time to throw him out.
Here's Joseph Poole, a strikeout victim his first time. He lines one to left field here. Robertson coming on hard. Misjudged it, I think, at first. He made the catch, though, for out 2. He stayed back on it for quite a while, then had to run hard in to make the catch.
He seemed to have an adventure on several fly balls hit out there, and that one particularly, as he stood there and admired it for a moment and then got on his horse and came and got it and ended up making a good play out of it for out number 2.
This field has been pretty characteristic of that here in the last few weeks. We've seen a lot of outfielders bothered by fly balls. We don't know if it's the lights or what. First pitch, a called strike to Lance Coffin. 0-1, a big base hit from Coffin. His first time up, scoring 2, and putting the Rams at that time up by 5. They've added one more to make it 6-0. Jason Martin's wind, and his 0-1 pitch is a called strike on the inside corner, 0-2.
And Lance knew it, too, as it was another curveball, and he just wasn't ready for it. I think he was guessing fastball, and that curveball had him fooled in the identical spot of the first one. He's deep in the hole now and really needs to protect that plate.
And the 0-2 pitch inside for ball 1.
Well, there was the inside heat there after being set up with a couple inside breaking balls. You might look for something breaking low and away now.
As Jones gives the sign, here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. It was exactly that, but it was too far out of the strike zone. It bounced in the dirt. It was a breaking ball away. 2-2.
And I guess the days of pitching aren't completely gone. I still know how to work a hitter, I guess.
You have the same mindset as Jason Martin. We know that much in terms of working a hitter. The wind. The 2-2 pitch, low, ball 3, and Coffin, after being deep in the hole, has come back to work this thing full, 3-2.
Tough pitch to take there with 2 strikes on him. That pitch was just a little bit low on the outside corner. A lot of times that umpire will punch out on that pitch, but fortunately Lance got the call.
And the 3-2 swings and misses, does Lance Coffin, and they'll throw down to first base to make sure. But that's a strikeout of Lance Coffin. At out number 3 as the Rams go down in order in the bottom half of inning number 3, and we move to the 4th with your score. The Newton Rams 6 and Mount Zion Bulldogs nothing. Newton Ram baseball right here on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114. 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia. 482-1114. 482-1114.
It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza. Ace white leather palm gloves made of durable white cotton canvas available in small or large, $197 a pair. An 18-inch garage sweep from the National Brush Company, $588. Ace 5-star flat latex wall paint, $7.97 a gallon. And an Ace 8.5-inch clamp lamp, just $333. It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
Live with Newton Ram baseball. Rams up 6-0 as we head into the top of the fourth inning. And here with the play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Okay, Bill, thank you. Steve Skipper will lead it off, and he will take the first pitch low for ball one. Skipper, a prime candidate to manage a ball club someday. Call him Skipper. There's a swing and a miss. It is 1-1. Skipper will be followed by Jason Terry and Sean Tranick. Mount Zion near the bottom of their order, trailing by 6. We're in the top of the fourth, as Bill mentioned. The 1-1 swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Good heat there by Sam. That may have been the best fastball Sam Allen has thrown today. He just literally blew that one right by Skipper.
And the Mount Zion hitter awaits the 1-2, swings and misses at a high, hard fastball above letter high, about shoulder high. And that's the first out and the fourth strikeout for Sam Allen. He spread it around evenly, one in each inning.
They really set that high heat up with the previous pitch where he just was able to blow it by him at waist high. The batter had to be looking for the heat. Sam came up high where he couldn't hit it and once again blew it right by him.
Jason Terry steps up and takes the first one for a called strike, 0-1. Terry walked his first time. Sam Allen has walked 3 and struck out 4. Why the 0-1 pitch is high, a ball and a strike. You have a feeling that Sam, if he pitches throughout the year, might have a lot of games like Judd Hall did, with a lot of walks and a lot of strikeouts and very few hits allowed. The 1-1 is low, ball 2.
That was pretty much just a straight change there. He really took a lot off and it dropped down. Good-looking pitch had it stayed up a little bit, had the batter really off balance with it.
Allen's 2-1 delivery is hit hard but foul down the first baseline. Lined over by the cars down that side, 2-2.
And we need to wake up the scoreboard operator again to change the inning because it's showing the third inning, but we all know it's the fourth inning.
It is the top of the fourth. Scoreboard does read 3 right above the inning. The 2-2 called strike 3. Well framed by Brian Mood, who promptly throws the throw to third base into left field. He was very happy about framing that third strike call, second strikeout of the inning, but Mood's throw to third was a little high.
Well, that's not a bad spot for that to happen. Hopefully he doesn't do that when the runner's trying to run down there. But not too many runners run on Brian Moon anymore once his reputation has gotten around.
Here is Sean Tranick, who popped out his last time. His first pitch to him is low, 1-0. He flied out to the right fielder, Richie Cleary, his first time.
It'd be nice to see Sam get through a 1-2-3 inning here without giving up any damage.
It will do a lot for his confidence, but the 1-0 pitch, very high, and Allen a little disgusted with himself. That was over the batter's head there with the fastball, 2-0.
And once again, I believe he was trying to just rear back and throw it about 110. And he really doesn't need to. His fastball has got some good movement on it, and these hitters are having trouble getting around on it. He just needs to really bear down and aim for Brian's glove.
There's a swing and a miss from Tranick. It's 2-1. You mentioned overthrowing the ball. We talked with Coach Brassfield in between Saturday's game and tonight, and one of the things he mentioned about Richie Cleary's outing, that was one of the problems, is the 2-1 is a called strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Cleary came in and was looking to throw the ball about 110 miles an hour, ended up walking a lot of people. Here's the wind, the 2-2 pitch. And did he go around on that? We will check and see right now. It's ball 3. They'll check the first base umpire, who says no, it's 3-2. But Cleary's outing got much better once he stopped trying to throw that hard.
It really does, because basically the tendency when you're trying to throw so hard, the ball tends to rise up on you and get away from you. And I don't believe that wasn't a called strike there.
And the 3-2 pitch close, but ball 4. Allen wanted that called third strike to get through the 1-2-3 inning. But not so. A runner at first with 2 down.
And we just received the pitch count right now. That's 69 pitches for Sam Allen, which is right about at the edge. So this will probably be the last inning we'll see Sam Allen pitch.
Stretch and pitch to Mike Branham. There's a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Well, Allen has only given up 2 hits, both of them to the cleanup man from Mount Zion. So in that respect, he's done a fine job. Plus, he's done what a pitcher has to do, keeping the other team off the scoreboard. And Mike Branham swings and misses. He was down on one knee, swinging from the heels. He's a number 9 batter in the order and a second baseman. Don't often see that.
And this is a good job right here by Sam Allen. He was a little upset when he didn't get the call, but he got over it, bore down, and it's going to strike this hitter out.
And the 0-2 called strike 3, outside corner. The color man calls that one. It's almost a 1-2-3 inning if you don't count the walk in the middle. Of course you have to, but it's 3 strikeouts from Sam Allen. And an end to the top half of inning number 4. No runs, no hits. A man left on, and we're halfway home with your score, 6-0. The Newton Rams on top, and we'll be back. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by the folks at East Metro Communications, which just happens to be Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan, we won't be undersold. That's 922-7600. Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing: termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
And welcome back to Craig Lunsford Stadium, Newton Ram Baseball. The news is great news from here. If you're a Ram fan, here to tell you about it, Kevin Holden.
The Rams are up 6-0, Bill Dolan, and if you're a Ram fan, of course, that's good news. Matt Easterday takes the first pitch low and inside in the dirt for ball 1. Easterday, the Rams shortstop, grounded out to second his first time.
Easterday about a half a foot behind that fastball. The first time up there, Matt had some really good cuts, fouling some back to the screen, and then hit a shot to the second baseman, but was retired.
And the 1-1 swung on and chopped up the third base side. A tough play for Tranick. His throw pulled the first baseman off the bag. Easterday is safe at first, may have made it anyway. And we'll call it a base hit for Matt Easterday. That throw would have been a very close play, and Cato came off the first base bag. Easterday may have already been safe at first.
It looked like he was had beaten the thrower, was real close to it. Tough play for the third baseman, having to come in and rush. I noticed in practice he made a couple of throws that kind of pulled the first baseman off, and that was evident there as he did it again. But Matt Easterday, good hustle down the line, so we'll give him a base hit.
7th base hit of the game for the Rams. Bryce Avery looking to bunt. That's a dangerous thought. Bunts it foul down the third base side. It's 0-1. Avery a single and a ground out and 2 trips up there. And the third baseman, Sean Tranick, is going to be keeping a close eye now since Avery was looking to bunt, but he bunted that one over by the on-deck circle.
If he could pick up, say, half of the bunting skills of a Matthew Hires from last year, it could be, as you say, very dangerous for just about any team, because the third baseman would have to come in and be playing close to the pitcher's mound almost every time.
Avery bunted that ball right toward Brian Moon, a man who could teach Avery quite a bit about the bunting game. And that speed would be dangerous. There's a swing and a high pop fly to right field. Jason Terry is still going back on this one. He is at the wall. And did he make the catch? It is gone. A home run, Bryce Avery. Going out of the yard. That's a 2-run shot, makes it 8-0. And the unlikely home run candidate, Bryce Avery, got all of that one toward right field. Jason Terry jumped over the wall, had his glove over the wall, and had a chance to make the catch. It may have skipped off his glove.
Really a shock there. When he first hit it, it appeared to be, as you say, just a routine fly ball to right field. The ball kept carrying and carrying. Jason Terry kept going back, got to the wall. It looked like he caught the ball, and all of a sudden he's looking at his glove and came up empty, and the ball was on the other side of the fence. 2 more for the Rams.
So Bryce Avery can credit himself with his first home run as a varsity Newton Ram player. 2 more on the scoreboard for Newton County, and Brian Moon swings at the first offering, grounds it. A 3-hopper to second. Branham's throw to first in time. That's the first out of the inning. And that home run, only the second by the Newton Rams in 1995. Richie Cleary hit the other one. That's someone you would expect. Bryce Avery is strong, definitely, but not someone you'd expect from the leadoff spot, driving one out of the ballpark.
Right, not a real deep right field porch here. In fact, I don't know if that would have gotten out at Riverside Park, but certainly well hit, and it got out of the yard.
And Ryan Allen will swing at the first offering and line it foul down the left field side, 0-1. Allen is so far perfect tonight, 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored.
And probably the top defensive play of the game also.
Running toward the right field line in between the first baseman and the right fielder. Made a catch running right between the two big men, so to speak. And little Ryan Allen kept his cool and made that play, and it was a shock to a lot of people who thought he might have dropped the ball down that right side, but he did make the catch, and that helped to take out a Mount Zion rally in the third inning. They had a runner at second, 2 down. They would have scored at least 1 with the potential for more.
And that ball would have landed fair. It was in a dangerous spot, kind of in that Bermuda Triangle down the right field line, and you won't see much of a better catch on a second base and running towards that line. And as you say, a lot of people weren't able to tell that he had caught the ball. We were screened a little bit and weren't able to see immediately that he had, but then he came away, and as you said, also all smiles after making a catch like that.
No balls, 1 strike. Ryan Allen digs back in. Here's the wind and the pitch to him. Swung on and line foul down the left field side. There was a long delay after the last one hit down there because a lot of balls have been hit down that way, and there's pretty thick shrubbery down that side, and you're going to lose a lot of balls down that way, and looks like they may have lost another one. It's 0-2.
And that was a brand new one that Coach Bransfield had just thrown out there, so I think they're going to go make sure they try and find that one. And Brent Johnson loosening up in the bullpen for the Rams. I believe he'll come in to pitch in next inning.
There's a swing, and guess what? A line drive down the left side, foul well over the trees and out of the reach of anyone who's going to hope to get that one. That one hit farther out, foul, on a line where a lot of people are going to have a lot of trouble and a lot of trees to go through to make the catch on, or to retrieve that one. It's 0-2.
And some more of the Newton fans going to help look for those balls, trying to help them out, since there have been so many hit back that way. That'd be not good if we ran out of balls here.
May have to make a quick run to the store for a couple of cases of game balls. The 0-2 pitch, a 3-hopper. It will go up the middle and past the shortstop Lacey into center field for a base hit. Allen's second of the game, so all of the foul balls pay off.
And once again, just a real good at-bat for Ryan Allen. He has battled this pitcher all night. The first time getting a base on balls out of it. The last 2 times battling until he was finally able to line the ball up the middle just to the left side of second base. And Ryan having a great game tonight.
And Luke Allen also having a great game, and he takes the first pitch high, 1-0. 2 for 2. A single, a double, and a run scored. Part of that 5-run first inning is when he scored his run. Rams tacked on another one in the second, and 2 more on a Bryce Avery home run here in the fourth. There's a swing and a miss and a good off-speed pitch from Jason Martin. It's 1-1.
And I think Luke was trying to join Bryce Avery with the tater in the books and didn't get that one as it broke down low and in on him.
Credit Martin there with kind of pulling the string early in the count. Stretch. The 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch. It's 1-2.
Luke's really pumped up there, and that, once again he was looking fastball and was fooled by the off-speed breaking pitch. He's just going to have to shorten up his swing now and be a little more defensive at the plate and just try to steer it into the outfield.
Martin goes to first base. Ryan Allen is back in safely there. Allen with good speed over at first. 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Rams lead this thing by 8. There's a swing and a hard ground ball towards second. Second baseman Branham trips momentarily. His throw to second is still in time. But safe at first is Ryan Allen, or pardon me, is Luke Allen. Ryan Allen, though, with a tremendous play at base running. The ball went right in front of him, but he still obstructed the view of sorts of the second baseman. Mike Branham may have helped Luke Allen be safe at first there.
And once again, I'm kind of surprised that the second baseman went ahead and tried to go to second base, because the last time he tried to accost him is they didn't get the runner, and then, of course, no one was out, and that led to that big rally for the Rams.
Richie Cleary swings at the first offering and foul, tips it at home plate 0-1. Cleary reached on an error by the right fielder and struck out in 2 trips to the plate, and also hit a gargantuan fly ball, as someone I know very well said earlier on. The 0-1, Cleary takes it this time. It's outside for ball 1.
Looks like the book on Richie might be off speed and breaking balls now. I doubt if you're going to see somebody throw him a fastball, at least inside, because he'll lose it.
And the 1-1 pitch, he swings and misses. He was looking for a big one there. It's 1-2. Cleary definitely does not get cheated at the plate. He takes some big hacks up there.
He can certainly turn on any fastball, kind of reminiscent, I guess, of Dion. He really can tear the cover off a fastball. Appears to have a little trouble with the breaking ball, though.
The 1-2 pitch, there's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Down goes Cleary, and down go the Rams in the fourth. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Newton Rams. That 2-run homer by Bryce Avery, making the difference in this inning as the Rams now lead at 8-0. We played 4 from Craig Lunsford Stadium, Henry County High School in McDonald. We will be back. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, which is brought to you by the fine folks at East Metro Cellular, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
If you bury your nose in a cloud of sawdust and breathe deep, you're going to get choked up. Unless you're the new Husqvarna 36 chainsaw with air injection filtering, now available at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Husqvarna's exclusive air injection saws run up to 20 times cleaner than any other saw on the market. With the Husky 36, you can work harder and longer without stopping for a filter change. What's more, an ergonomic design means that you can last nearly as long as your Husky. An angled front grip puts you in a comfortable working position that's less prone to fatigue, and vibration is kept to a minimum by separating the handles and engine unit. At only $199.95, you can't buy a better saw for home or farm than the Husqvarna 36 with air injection. So to keep your nose clean, stop by Coast to Coast Home and Auto on the Square in Covington to see the 36 and our entire line of quality Husqvarna products.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114. 482-1114.
And welcome back to Craig Lunsford Stadium, Newton Ram Baseball. The Rams appear to be for real, Kevin Holden.
That's exactly right, Bill Dolan. The Rams lead this one 8-0. We're in the top half of inning number 5. A couple of changes here for the Newton Rams. Here are the changes that we have so far. The new pitcher will be Brent Johnson. Sam Allen reached his pitch limit. Joe Brassfield working off a very strict pitch count limit. And Allen reached that last inning as he went over 70 pitches. Brent Johnson, wide and first pitch is a curveball low for ball 1. Sam Allen goes from the pitcher's position over to third base. Johnson is inserted in the 8th spot on the order, which is Lance Coffin's position. Conference at the mound is Brian Moon and Brent Johnson talking for just a moment. Johnson had a little trouble with the curveball in warm-ups. Bounced a couple of them up there, but his first pitch was a curveball.
And I don't know if it crossed Brian Moon up or what, but they're out there discussing some things. Yeah, a few of those, as they like to refer to them, as 55-foot curveballs. Not the good variety as they're hitting in that dirt out in front of the plate. Brian just needs to come in and relax and throw strikes with this 8-0 lead.
And Brian St. Jakes is the hitter. He swings and lines one toward first in between first and second base, and Joseph Poole comes across and makes the play. That's kind of no man's land there, right in between first and second. Thought Ryan Allen might take the play, but Joseph Poole paying Allen back for a good play that Allen made earlier on.
He kind of just loped across there and made it look easy. That's a good play by Joseph Poole if he can get to it, because he's got a little better angle looking at. That ball was hit right at Ryan Allen and kind of a number. It was hard for him to judge how hard it was really hit.
Brock Robertson will stand in and swing and miss at the first offering, 0-1. The Rams so far in 4 games in the South Metro Tournament have won 2-1, 3-1, 14-8, and they lead 8-0. So the lead's getting bigger and bigger as they go along. There's a check swing and a foul ball down the first base side, 0-2.
And Brent Johnson has really settled down now. He's throwing strikes out there after the Moondog went out and talked to him, really got him settled down, and I think he's going to have another good outing here. His first outing was a real good one back a few games ago. I believe he just gave up the one unearned run and did a fine job, and he's starting out well in this game here.
If you remember, the Rams were in a similar position, though, against Henry County. They were up by 7 in the 5th inning, putting in a new pitcher, and we know exactly what happened there as it became a scary ball game. Fortunately, the Rams, with some late offense, pulled away for the 14-8 win. Here's the 0-2. Swung on foul behind the screen, out of play. Remains 0-2. Brock Robertson has walked in, grounded back to the pitcher's mound.
And I'm sure Coach Brassfield thought a lot about that and had a good long talk with Brent Johnson about getting out there and just throwing strikes, not putting runners on base via the base on balls.
Johnson has the sign he wants from Brian Moon, his 0-2 delivery. An off-speed pitch, a curveball, swung and missed. Moon applies the tag. So a strikeout and 2 unassisted on the putout. That's the second out of the inning. Brett Johnson throwing a curveball, and the curveball is a much more effective pitch for him when he hides it. In his sophomore and junior year, he would tip it off sometimes because the back arm would go up over his head, but he's altered his delivery a little and looks a lot more effective.
Really has. That was a good pitch, particularly with 2 strikes, had the batter off bounds, and a good pickup by Brian Moon to keep that ball from going back to the screen.
And Johnson's first pitch is a called strike to Eric Lacey, 0-1. Been kind of a long night for Eric Lacey. 2 strikeouts and 2 trips up there to the plate. And batting from the number 3 spot on the order, that's not something a number 3 hitter likes. He's usually the best contact hitter on the team. There's a swing and a foul ball at home plate. It's 0-2. And at any time a number 3 batter has a hat trick, which is 3 strikeouts in a game for those of you who don't know, you know that your pitchers have done the job.
He's kind of heading for that sombrero right here, and as they say, that's not good.
Mount Zion so far in this game with 2 hits, both of them off the bat of Rick Cato. 2 singles. 0-2 the count here with 2 down in the 5th. Moon flashes the signal. The 0-2 is on the way. The curveball almost curved in and caught the inside corner. It's 1-2.
What a really good 0-2 pitch, because the batter bailing out completely, didn't have a clue where it was going, and as you said, almost caught the corner.
The wind by Johnson and his 1-2 offering. Missing just a little bit high. Eric Lacey was headed for the Mount Zion dugout. He, the batter, thought it might have been strike 3, but it's ball 2 instead. Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. On deck is Rick Cato. The 2-2 pitch swung on, just got a piece of it, found it back.
I'm really impressed with the tempo Brent Johnson's working at. He's really not overthrowing. He's concentrating on Brian's glove, just coming in, throwing strikes. He's made some just great pitches on this hitter with the 2-strike count. I thought he had him punched out a couple times. Another good curveball there. Eric Lacey had to fight it off, barely getting a piece of it, sending it back to the screen.
And once again, a 2-2 offering coming Lacey's way. There's a swing and a high drive to left field. It's foul, though. Similar to the one Richie Cleary hit a couple of innings back, but well foul, just like Cleary's ball.
That was kind of a mail-order fastball that was served up on a golden platter, and Eric Lacey was fortunately well out in front of it because he got all of it.
So once again, a 2-2 comes his way. He's done a good job of staying alive like a good number 3 hitter would do. The wind, the 2-2 pitch, swung on and hit foul down the right side and out of play. He popped it up foul. And it still is 2-2 to Eric Lacey. Ram pitching so far with 7 strikeouts, 6 from Sam Allen, who pitched 4 innings, by the way, and gave up no runs on 2 hits, walking 3 and striking out those 6. Brett Johnson has struck out 1, and you can make it 2 as soon as Brian Moon throws this one to first base, as Lacey swinging and missing at the curveball, and Lacey upset with himself over by the first base bag, stops for just a moment. That's a hat trick for him, 3 strikeouts and 3 trips to the plate. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base for Mount Zion. And the Rams dominating this one 8-0. We'll be back. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430. Made possible by those folks over at East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Hey, Carl the Greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwide. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
If you're a serious sports fan and you crave serious sports talk, then you need to tune in to WGFS AM 1430 each and every Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. for Sports Source Weekly. Todd Q. Chapman and Kevin Holden will be taking your phone calls. We'll be discussing sports topics on the professional level, the collegiate level, and on the local high school level. That's Sports Source Weekly, heard every Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. with Todd Q. Chapman and Kevin Holden right here on Newton County's Source for Sports, WGFS AM 1430.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Why not join Bill Dolan and Kevin Holden from 9 to 10 for the Saturday Morning Super Trivia Spectacular? That's your chance to win prizes and show your knowledge of trivia right here on WGFS AM 1430.
From Stadium at Henry County High School in McDonough, Georgia, Kevin Holden and Bill Dolan bringing you the play-by-play action of Newton Ram baseball in 1995, and so far it's been perfect. We hope to keep it that way. Rams up 8-0 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5, and leading it off pinch hitting for Sam Allen will be Jeffrey Norman. Norman bats from the left-hand side. Rams are making some changes the same way they did against Henry County, putting some of the players who don't normally get to play in there. Jeffrey Norman will certainly have his share of innings pitched and at-bats this year, though. First pitch to Norman, swung on and popped up foul to the left side. That may be another lost baseball. It's 0-1.
Now that one ricocheted around. I got a pretty good view on that one. I can mark that one. But Jeffrey Norman, of course, in our first home run wing-ding inning, came up with the bases loaded, a chance to win someone a 100-piece. And Jeffrey does have power to drive it out of the yard. He's been known to hit a few into the trees out there at Riverside Park, but he didn't quite catch one there for one of our contestants.
Norman awaits the 0-1 offering. It is well high and well outside, 1-1. The Hard Luck Cafe wing-ding inning has certainly caused quite a bit of stir, quite a bit of excitement in the few games that it's been around, and it will be back tomorrow with a 50-piece hot wing on the line. The 1-1. Long on the line, hard to right field for a base hit. Norman was right on top of that one and drove it past Rick Cato into right field.
And you like to see that turn on the ball and just drill it into the hole. The first baseman unable to move at all. It was only a couple of feet to his right, but the ball was by him before he could move. And just another good job of hitting. The Rams bats have really woke up. They're up and down the lineup. Everyone's starting to hit better. And as I said an inning or two ago, Kevin Holden, I believe the Rams are for real.
So far, they most certainly have been. There's Jason Lunsford pinch hitting and swinging and bouncing the first one foul. Down the right side, it's 0-1. Lunsford pinch hitting for Joseph Poole and wearing that number 22 that Lance Shannon mentioned. 22 belonged to Shannon last year. Shannon, a 94 graduate. We heard from him a few innings ago. He is playing with Georgia Tech and won't be long, I think, before he'll be cracking the starting lineup over there.
I fully expect to see him in that starting lineup by next year and probably get a little more playing time this year.
The 0-1 instead to first, and Norman is back in there safely. We've got to make a correction. I thought Lunsford was a left-handed batter, but he is batting from the right side here. He throws left-handed, a very unusual combination. There's the swing and a high pop fly foul down the right side, 0-2. Imagine that, a weird combination. Someone who throws left-handed and bats right-handed. Not something you often see.
I think I know somebody else like that.
I think I do too.
Very close to home, in fact, isn't it?
It's also why he's in the broadcast booth this evening.
And not out on the field.
The 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on, grounded towards short. Lacey makes the play. His throw to second will be in time. The throw to first, not in time, and Lunsford beats it out easily at first base, a fielder's choice. Norman retired 6-4 at second.
And the shortstop had a little bit of problem with that. He bobbled it, but was able to get it up and get it over to second base to Mike Branham, who got the force out, and then kind of made an unwise throw over to first. The runner easily already across the bag. That can come; those kind of plays can come back to hurt you because a lot of times you may throw the ball away, especially with the runner coming in on you. If you don't have the play, don't try to make it.
Brett Johnson will be the hitter. He lines one toward right field. Jason Terry goes back on it, still going back on it. It bounces off the base of the wall. Lunsford had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. He is going to stay at third base. He'll be held up there. Johnson pulls into second with a double. Runners at second and third with only one down in the inning. That had a shot to be an opposite field homer for the right-handed batter Johnson.
He drilled that one. It was on a line. Didn't get up. I believe if he would have got it up a little higher, it might have carried out. It appeared to just kind of take a dive right at the wall. Hit maybe about halfway up on the wall. Just a really well-driven ball. And the Ram hitters continue to go the opposite way with the ball. Some of that good fundamental hitting that Coach Brassfield stresses with them.
Here's Matt Easterday, who is 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. Singled and scored in the fourth, grounded out in the first. He takes the first pitch for strike one, a throw down to third base. Lunsford is back in. Keith Jones trying to catch Lunsford napping over there.
Kind of a dangerous throw. He almost threw it into the corner, which at this point in time might have scored 2 runs because the left fielder is playing rather deep and more towards left center.
The The 0-1 hit hard but foul down the right side. And Easterday goes in the hole here, 0-2. Matt Easterday so far this year has struck out only one time. Not bad for a number 9 batter. He's been batting in that 9 spot every game this year. You can expect him to move up in the order as he continues to improve on his hitting. Hit a lot of balls hard toward right field, right center field, and center field. The 0-2 taken inside for ball 1.
And we continue to talk about him moving up in the order, and everybody seems to hear us except the man that makes out the batting order.
But of course, he's undefeated on the season, so perhaps he knows a little more about it than we do. The 1-2 pitch swung on, lined up the middle, and it will go into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Johnson will be held at third base, a wise decision. The pitcher has his jacket on out there. The throw, not a very good one coming in. It'll be first and third, though, with 1 down.
Good piece of hitting by Matt Easterday. Once again, not trying to yank, pull it. Took the pitch where it was pitched, hit one of those Baltimore chops that just kind of kept a 1 hop over the mound, 2 hops, and it right in between the shortstop and second baseman, and drove in 1 run and moved Brent Johnson over to third. Probably any other runner, maybe except the pitcher, and Coach Brassfield might have gone ahead and sent him, particularly with the throw the center fielder let loose with.
And the Mount Zion Bulldog head coach is out to the pitcher's mound, and Jason Martin's night is done. And while the relief pitcher is warming up, we will take this break. You are listening to Newton Ram Baseball right here on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner.
We're right. The pen is beginning to run out, which I told you would happen. Chris Middlebrooks, another change. Coach Brassfield waited until it got cold and the pen started running out to make the changes, but Middlebrooks hitting here for Richie Cleary, who was 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. He also reached on an error by the right fielder. Wide the first pitch to Chris Middlebrooks, high and outside, 1-0. Middlebrooks has seen quite a bit of action this year as a Ram DH and some as a catcher. Jones with the sign, and the 1-0 pitch is on the way, also outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Excellent turnout for tonight's game with these Ram fans out here. In fact, I noticed some of the Ram fans doing a little bit of the wave before the last inning.
That's right. It's a 6-inning stretch. The 2-0 is high and inside, and back to the screen, 3-0. Sam Allen on the on-deck circle. Allen is 0 for 2 with a run scored. He did reach on a fielder's choice, came around to score on a clutch single from Lance Coffin, if you can call a single in the first inning clutch. In this case, it helped stake the Rams to an early lead, which they've been able to hold. The 3-0 pitch, high, ball 4. So on 4 pitches, Middlebrooks down at first base.
And Sam Allen steps to the plate. Sam with a real outstanding job of pitching, going through the 4 innings without allowing a run, only 2 hits, and only walking 4, which for Sam you got to be happy with. And he spread them out, didn't let anything build up, and really no serious moments of threats or anything. A couple of good defensive plays behind him. Just a real good job of pitching by Sam.
And he wouldn't mind putting a base hit on there to kind of cap off his evening. There's a swing and a ground ball, kind of a spinner that gets off the second baseman's mitt. Allen will be safe at first, and safe at second is Middlebrooks. What will the official scorer say on that one? The second baseman, Mike Branham, had to range quite a ways to his left, and it still kicked off the mitt.
Long way to go on the ball. The ball was cue balling, spinning that way, away from him. I believe you got to give Sam a base hit on the play.
So Sam Allen has the base hit in addition to the 4 innings pitched and the fine job where he only gave up 2 hits. And Britt Mask is in now for his first at bat. He came in to play right field in the top half of inning number 6.
And Britt Mask has shown a pretty good stick so far this season. He's drilled the ball well a couple times, has a couple base hits, and not too many at-bats, and could be a factor on this Rams team as the season goes on and into next year also.
Thompson checks the runners. His first pitch to Mask is swung on and lined foul down the first base side, 0-1. Mask came in for Jason Lunsford, who pinch hit for Joseph Poole, who played the first 5 innings at first base. Here we go again. The runners take their leads. Middlebrooks, who pinch hit for Richie Cleary, is at first, and Sam Allen, who came in after Jeffrey Norman pinch hit for him. And he's played 2 positions, by the way. He's at first. The first pitch to make that the 0-1 offering to Mask is outside for ball 1. One thing we do know, 2 men who will not be replaced before this game is over, Kevin Holden and Bill Dolan, play-by-play action of Newton Ram baseball. Here from chilly Craig Lunsford Stadium, the 1-1 outside, 2-1.
Hopefully, as long as it doesn't get too much colder.
We may need the replacements warming up in the bullpen before it's over with. It is the bottom half of inning number 6, and if the Rams can hold the lead, there would only be one more at bat from the Mount Zion Bulldogs. There's a swing and a miss from Britt Mask. It's 2-2.
And you really have to be pleased the way this game has come along. We knew the Rams were a tough team, but Mount Zion had been breezing through this tournament also. And for the Rams to come out and just dominate this well, it's kind of showing that they're starting to peak and really reach their full potential.
And Newton's certainly looking like the undefeated team. Mount Zion has had some trouble, but they were undefeated on the South Metro tournament before this. There's a swing and a pop fly foul down the third base side and out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Ram right fielder. On deck is Brett Johnson. Johnson doubled and scored when he hit last inning. Part of a 2-run, 3-hit attack in the 5th. Rams also had 2 runs on 3 hits in the 4th, and 5 runs on 4 hits back in the 1st. All in all, they have 10 runs on a total of 13 base hits, including Sam Allen's single just a few minutes ago. Thompson is to the belt, and the 2-2 on the way to Mask. Swung on a line to left field. That'll be in for a base hit. Being waved around third base is Middlebrooks as the left fielder has some trouble cutting the ball off. The throw into third base, and diving in head first is Sam Allen. He's got to be happy with that. This time the situation really did call for it, and Bill Dolan will measure the skid marks momentarily. Britt Mask at first.
And that one not quite as long as the one into home plate. That's a 12.6 on the Samometer. 12.6 feet on the skid marks there.
The uniform just a little bit dirtier, and Allen has got to be happy with that even in this cold weather.
And once again, Britt Mask really showing a good stick there. He turned on that and just ripped it through the hole into left field. He's really done a fine job when he has had the chance to play.
Rams up by 11 with 2 on, and Brett Johnson up there. First pitch to him, line hard toward right field. The right fielder, Jason Terry, broke one direction, then broke in the other direction. Here comes Sam Allen looking to score. He scores standing up this time, and that puts the Rams on top 12-zip. Sacrifice fly from Brett Johnson, and the RBI.
And once again, Brett Johnson driving the ball hard to right field. His previous at bat, he banged it off the wall there. I thought for a minute that was going to get there too. And one of the few times Jason Terry, the right fielder, actually made a play on the ball as he came in and actually made a pretty good play.
He's had some trouble out there in right tonight. Maybe the lights. We've seen a lot of outfielders have troubles with balls in the lights, but he's also had a couple of miscues that have really cost Mount Zion out there. Trent Alexander is up there, his first at bat, as he takes a pitch high for ball 1. Mask at first base taking his lead. Rams lead at 12-0. Wind and pitch, swung on and missed. Alexander late on the fastball.
And it's really good just to see Trent Alexander with a chance to play this year after the horrible accident he was involved in the off-season, and we're all pulling for him and hoping he can get out here and get some more playing time and fully recover.
The 1-1 is on the way to him. It's a curveball inside for ball 2. Due up for Mount Zion in the 7th inning. They'll have the bottom 3 spots in the order. They still have only 2 hits in this game, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd, and since then they have been held hitless. The 2-1 pitch on the way is swung on and missed at a low fastball. The count goes to 2-2. Michael Doss is on the on-deck circle. He came in to play left field for Bryce Avery in the top half of this inning. Mask takes his lead away at first. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Alexander looked a little overmatched in that one as he once again was late on that pitch. He goes down on strikes, and the Rams go down, but not before they put 2 more on the board, 2 more hits. 1 man left on base. Last chance for Mount Zion. They need a miracle to score. The Newton Rams 12 and the Mount Zion Bulldogs nothing. You are listening to Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, brought to you by Joe, Bert, and everybody at East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
Hey, Carl, the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
And Carl, the greenskeeper, has to be happy since he's a Ram baseball fan. The Rams up by a big count here at Craig Lunsford Stadium versus the Mount Zion Bulldogs. One more half inning to go, and here to bring you home, Kevin Holden.
All right, Bill Dolan, thank you very much. I can't think of a Newton Ram baseball fan who wouldn't have a reason to smile right now. The Rams 3 outs away from making the championship round of the South Metro Tournament and a chance to win it for the 4th straight year. The fine tradition of baseball excellence continuing at Newton High School. Brett Johnson facing Jason Terry to lead off the 7th. First pitch, an off-speed strike, 0-1.
And Brent Johnson continuing to have a real good outing out there, getting ahead of these hitters, up there throwing strikes, not trying to overthrow the ball.
0-1 pitch, swung on, grounded down the third baseline. Sam Allen back at home makes the play. His throw to first in time. Out number 1. Brent Johnson, after coming in for Sam Allen, who pitched 4 innings and faced 18 batters only and gave up only the 2 hits. In fact, Allen only allowed 6 base runners, but Johnson, since coming in, has faced 7 men. He's gotten 7 straight outs.
Really has done a fine job. And I think the key, like I said just a moment ago, he's really not trying to overthrow. He's up there throwing strikes, getting the ball over the plate, and his defense playing well behind him.
There's a swing and a line drive foul off the bat of Clifton Ward. It's 0-1. Ward is batting for Sean Trenick, who was 0 for 1. Ward bats from the right-hand side. Johnson looking into Brian Moon. Rams would be in Jonesboro High School this Saturday. They can win this one as the 0-1 is low, a ball and a strike. Rams will play their first game Saturday at 12:30. They'll play 2 no matter what. If they win that first game, they go to the championship game of the South Metro Tournament. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and chopped foul down the first base side. It goes to 1-2. And the first base coach didn't make much of an attempt at that one.
No, he didn't even wave at it like he did the last time. So Richie Clary, the first baseman, had to go pick it up.
Perhaps if it was a 5-4 game or if Mount Zion were up by 12, we might have seen more of an attempt at that one from the first base coach.
You always like some of these first base coaches are real athletic, how they scoop it up and look at it, and then throw it out of place.
They get their piece of the action. Derek Coggins, one of those that we'll see a lot of that from this year at first base. Al Bell was also that way when he was coaching first the last several years. A 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2, and Al Bell over at Eastside High School developing his own fine baseball program, and in a couple of years they'll be playing a varsity schedule. Eastside expected to be a AAA school, I believe. The 2-2 swung on and fouled off back to the screen. It remains 2-2. Originally they thought Eastside would be a AA school, but the enrollment a little higher than expected down there.
They have done well with it, and once they get into the varsity program, hopefully you'll be able to hear some of their games live on WGFS also.
Johnson's wide, and his pitch is high for ball 3, 3-2. Rams lead at 12-0, and they are 2 outs away from putting themselves in the finals. There are 4 brackets, and 4 teams will make the finals of the South Metro Tournament. All 4 of those games will be played Saturday from Jonesboro. The 3-2, low and inside, ball 4. What happens is the first 2 games are played with random drawing, and then the 2 losers play, and then the last game of the evening, the headline game, where the 2 winners will play for the South Metro Tournament title.
And right now it looks like the Rams will be playing at 12:30 in Jonesboro, I believe, is what the coach was saying.
That's exactly right, Jonesboro High School. Mike Branham, the second baseman, awaiting the first pitch, swinging and missing, 0-1. Rams went down to Jonesboro last year and played 2 games on a Saturday for the South Metro Championship. They got by Jonesboro in the first game, the host team, obviously, for the championship round. They went to play Rockdale, who was expected by many to be a very tough team. Rams beat them 15-0 in the final game and really put themselves on the map with that game as the 0-1 instead to first. And back in safely is Clifton Ward. The Rams did a lot toward giving themselves a state ranking by doing that, and if the Rams can continue the undefeated streak by Saturday, they may be in the same position. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. Rams play Fayette County tomorrow at Fayette County at 4:30. It's an awfully long drive for you folks, so if you can't make it, we'll be there. The dynamic duo, WGFS's baseball play-by-play tandem, will bring that to you. There's a snap throw to first, and they've got Clifton Ward leaning towards second. Cleary is chasing after him, and he tags him for the out. Clifton Ward had been taking very weird leads at first base. He was hopping way up in the air as he was taking his lead. Johnson waited for the moment when he was hopping, threw to first, and caught him leaning.
And, in another circumstance, you might be able to live with that, but when you're down 12-0, getting picked off first base is pretty much inexcusable.
And now it's 0-2 with 2 outs, and the Rams 1 strike away from ending this one and being undefeated in their bracket. And Johnson was pitching from the stretch, steps off, and now goes to the windup. Forgot that there was no one on base.
And he got a little chuckle out of that himself.
The wind, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. The Rams have won the game, and they will be in the finals of the South Metro Tournament, ladies and gentlemen. And for the 4th straight year, the Rams will have a chance to win that South Metro Tournament, which they've done the last 3 years. The Rams pick up the win in this one. The final score, Newton 12, Mount Zion nothing. We'll be back to wrap up your happy totals from Craig Lunsford Stadium, Henry County High School, McDonough, Georgia. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
I'm just starting out on my own. I know the importance of life insurance to protect obligations, like my new car loan. But is there an insurance program that I can fit into my budget?
No problem with Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance.
How will I know this is the right kind of life insurance for me?
Auto Owners 10-year level term provides low-cost level protection and can be converted to permanent insurance later.
Who can I talk to find out more about Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance?
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213, your auto owner's agent.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
If you bury your nose in a cloud of sawdust and breathe deep, you're going to get choked up. Unless you're the new Husqvarna 36 chainsaw with air injection filtering, now available at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Husqvarna's exclusive air injection saws run up to 20 times cleaner than any other saw on the market. With the Husky 36, you can work harder and longer without stopping for a filter change. What's more, an ergonomic design means that you can last nearly as long as your Husky. An angled front grip puts you in a comfortable working position that's less prone to fatigue, and vibration is kept to a minimum by separating the handles and engine unit. At only $199.95, you can't buy a better saw for home or farm than the Husqvarna 36 with air injection. So to keep your nose clean, stop by Coast to Coast Home and Auto on the Square in Covington to see the 36 and our entire line of quality Husqvarna products.
And yes, indeed, the Newton Rams are too legit to quit. What a fine ball game. They come out in the first inning, take the lead, hold on with a great win here at Craig Lunsford Stadium. Kevin Holden, the Rams are for real.
That's exactly right, Bill Dolan. They have made the finals of the South Metro Tournament, which will be Saturday at Jonesboro High School. Your final totals in this one, the Newton Rams 12-0 win, 12 runs, 14 hits, only one error. They left 6 men on base. Sam Allen, with 4 fine innings of pitching, picks up the win. Brett Johnson comes on, 3 innings, faces 9 men, allows 1 on base, promptly picks him off, picks up the save. A terrific effort for the 3 innings pitched. For the Mount Zion Bulldogs, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. They left 6 on base. Your losing pitcher, Jason Martin, who gave up a total of 9 runs on 12 hits in only 4 1/3 innings. And Bill, what a way for the Rams to send their way into the finals of the South Metro Tournament. But first, 3 games coming up in the next 3 days against top state teams.
Absolutely, and now the Rams can really show what they've got. It's going to be a little tough on the team with all the games they've got to play. Hopefully they'll save some for Saturday for the finals, because it would be great to add a 4th South Metro Tournament championship and the first year under Coach Brassfield.
And that would be something that the seniors here would like quite a bit, because when they were freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, the Rams won that South Metro Tournament. So the Rams, look for them there at Jonesboro High School Saturday at 12:30. But tomorrow, the Rams will be in Fayette County at 4:30. This game is at Fayette County High School. And, of course, you can hear it live here on WGFS AM 1430. Another top team, Troup County. The Rams will play them in a doubleheader Friday at a junior college field, Southern Union in Alabama. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you that one, but, of course, we will bring you results on local news and talk a whole bunch about it Saturday in the finals of the South Metro. But the Rams right now needing to concentrate on Fayette County. They can impress a lot of people that do state rankings if they can pick up the win tomorrow.
Absolutely, big game tomorrow, but a big game today, a great game today. A lot of stars involved in the game today. And for the first time this year, we're having a little trouble picking one player as our WGFS player of the game. So we're going to name co-players today, Kevin Holden. You and I both discussed it. Sam Allen for his fine job of pitching, a base hit and a run scored. And Ryan Allen with just an exceptional game from the slick fielding second baseman. Had a couple of key hits, a real good at bat in the first inning, drawing the base on balls, and a great defensive play running down the right field line. So Ryan Allen and Sam Allen, and after Luke Allen, I guess it's just an Allen team, isn't it?
It most certainly is, and those two get the player of the game, with an honorable mention to the person who started the bus early so we can get warm in a hurry. We'll close it out here from Craig Lunsford Stadium at Henry County High School. For executive producer Todd Chapman, for my color man Bill Dolan, and a cast of thousands, Kevin Holden reporting your final score, 12-0 Newton Rams win. So long, everybody.